reconstruction of Mill Street, Trunk Highway 43 from bridge to bridge. The city has entered into a cooperative construction agreement with the state of Minnesota Department of Transportation to encumber state funds to partner on this improvement project. It is anticipated Oldmo Engineering will have tabulated the results, reviewed the bidder's qualifications, and be prepared to make a recommendation as to the apparent low bidder on the project. Said recommendation will be subject to final review and approval of the state of Minnesota Department of Transportation. See attached resolution 2014-052, award of construction contract 2014 municipal improvement project, state project 2307-21, Truck Highway. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you. So we opened bids on May 22nd at 1 o'clock. We had two successful bidders place bids. Q excavating was the low bidder of $2,969,218.87. All their numbers checked out. We ended up, they had a couple of rounding errors that we went through and corrected for them, and then they were okay with the final total number. It was only off by about $800 in the end. They're a good company. We worked with them before over on the Crescent a number of years ago. We had a former employee that used to work for them. He was an excellent worker. They're a good company. They got a good reputation over there. And I think that our bid came in pretty close to where we were estimating to come in at. So we feel that we got a good price, and MnDOT is reviewing the unit prices and doing their final approval, final signing off on their end of the project, and we feel that everything we got here is good to go.
Are you at all concerned that we only had two bids?
No, because we had other prospect bidders that were calling and asking questions, and we were supplementing back information to them. We had a pre-bidders meeting where we had a good turnout for that. The plan holders list was pretty long, so we knew that companies that were interested were seeing the other companies that were on there, and they knew which ones were going to get it, I think. They knew which companies were hungry and which ones weren't.
Was there anything put in there, working 10, 12-hour days or 2 shifts?
That'll be something that we go through. We did emphasize that at our pre-bidders meeting on the 16th. It's something that we can't demand the contractor do, but it's something that we've talked to McHugh about, and they know about it and they want to do it. So when we have our pre-construction meeting, whenever that is, it would be something that we hash out exactly scheduling and how that's going to work. But yeah, it was stressed to them. That's what we want.
So what date did they start?
We still have to get our final approval from MnDOT, and usually that takes a week or two. Because they have to do their research and make sure everything is on the up and up for the unit prices. So make sure there was the non-collusion affidavit was signed and all of that.
By the end of this week, or the end of,
We're hoping,
or the beginning of the week after, they will have had their week of review time?
Probably June 15th. Hopefully earlier, but the way MnDOT's been, it's a little time to get it done now.
yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't think that, talking with other contractors, we've had a pretty wet spring. Road bands, they had a deep frost. Road bands just came off 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, so not a lot of contracting work has been done. I don't think we're behind schedule by any means by getting this out now, so I don't feel like it's any kind of delay than what everybody else is doing. Nobody else is really constructing any major work anywhere else.
I guess I'm with Roger as far as stressing the, if they do like they did in Spring Grove and start out at 4 days a week, that's not gonna go over very well. So,
They have a deadline on this one. So,
And that deadline is what?
it's November 15th.
So what happens if they go over the deadline? Is there a fine? Is there a...
Yeah, there is this, I'm not exactly sure what the fine is, but there is a structured.
For There's a calculation where it comes off of their fee.
And because of the later start than anticipated, certainly we're a month behind, right?
I don't think so, like I said, road bands just came off, so I don't, nobody else is doing any work, so I think the contractor knew getting into it now, but scheduling wise, to be able to accomplish getting it done, or else he wouldn't put it in bid. I think he's comfortable with getting it done,
And they were at the pre-bid.
barring any.
We stressed it.
Right.
We stressed getting this thing done by November.
So is the road going to be open at some point with a gravel base where we can get, trucks are gonna be able to get
Like
through town?
Our
Because I
goal
don't-
is to at least have that first layer of bituminous on there.
by
Top
November
2 inches,
15th,
Right, top 2
How about-
inches of bituminous.
about when crops start coming out in October.
I mean, we did tell them that our area in front of the grain elevator and in front of the school was the first areas that we wanted to start on too. So those were areas that we emphasized to them we wanted finished for the fall harvest.
Better do everything we can.
Would there be any advantage from an engineering standpoint to have some of that traffic on that gravel base? To help pack it, settle it, whatever it
Not
needs to go
typically,
through?
usually, because then if you get some area that's just a little bit loose and this area is not, then you get those flex points that you don't want to get in there. If it's just best to settle all at once by itself is probably better.
And a freeze-thaw cycle would be the most advantageous, wouldn't it?
Sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. It all depends on what kind of spring you're getting and how well the compaction tests are going, throughout the project. So that's why we have a lot of those in the contingency. We schedule a lot of additional tests to have those done so we can get full compaction on it. And MinDOT also does all their inspection from the plants as well. So once you get your bituminous down, they're inspecting it and checking it, make sure it's gonna be stable.
Will you be doing the compaction testing, or will MinDOT be doing?
We will be hiring an independent contractor to do that. So it won't be us, but we'll be overseeing them as well. We'll probably have Ron or Chosen Valley be doing the actual tests, and then we'll be concurring with them to make sure that they are passable rate. Usually it's a 95 to 99% compaction rate.
And the state will have to concur with the figures as well, because it's their roadway.
Right.
So you're gonna have two sets of eyes looking.
Yeah.
And WHKS will be doing, they are pre-qualified to do the contracting for the construction and administration for the project. So they're approved by MinDOT to make that call.
You're gonna have 2 or 3 men on the job.
This particular project, we're actually gonna be having, because I'll be out there inspecting the sewer and water installation and all the staking for that. WHPS is responsible for doing the stormwater and road restoration, and then Ron Intertech is responsible for doing the environmental engineering, or making sure that the contaminated soils are taken care of.
And our public works guys will fill in as needed.
And they'll be useful too, because there's gonna be some issues with the water main, we got valves certain areas, and I've been working with Dave on trying to figure out a schedule, which valves can be turned off when, and how we can do it, so we're still setting that up with Dave Lombard.
Any other questions for Josh?